KDKA TV News begins right now.
Good evening. A decision could come as early as tomorrow morning.
The arguments are in. We are now waiting for a ruling from the Supreme Court of the state of Florida, waiting to hear what their decision will be. We get the latest tonight from CBS correspondent Manuel Gallegos. Manuel.
Well, today, Florida Supreme Court justices appeared anxious to come up with a practical solution to this ballot dispute. In the meantime, the ballot recounting is going on, although here in Palm Beach, in the counting, Al Gore does not appear to make significant gains.
The fate of the U.S. presidency could be in the hands of these 7 justices. Inside a packed state Supreme Court room, each side was given 1 hour to make its case. The vice president's attorneys went first, trying to convince the panel that the hand-counted ballots should be included in the final results.
To assure that the election results really reflect who got the majority of the votes or a plurality of the votes. We believe that those recounts, it would be practical to do those recounts.
George W. Bush's attorneys fired back, saying the law is clear and the Secretary of State had used her discretion properly.
I suggest to this court that the appellants have given this court no basis in this case for finding that the Secretary of State's decision was clearly erroneous.
As America waits for the state Supreme Court to rule, the recounts go on in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach counties. 1.6 million votes are at stake, but the latest tally does not appear to be helping Al Gore that much. And his cause isn't being helped by a West Palm Beach Circuit Court's decision either. A judge refused to order a new round of voting in Palm Beach County, where some citizens complained they were confused by the butterfly ballot.
The state Supreme Court could rule as early as Tuesday. As for recounting the ballots, Broward County is almost finished, Palm Beach has days to go, and Miami-Dade will take until December. Manuel Gallegos, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
And almost 2 weeks since we went to the polls, Campaign 2000 has waged into the battle for the White House. But a victory may be near. As we said, the Florida Supreme Court could rule as soon as tomorrow if the hand recounts should be included in Florida's official vote tally. If the court says the recounts do not have to be included, Bush could be declared the winner of Florida's 25 electoral votes and ultimately the presidency. That is because he leads Al Gore officially by 930 votes. That number does include the absentee ballots, but does not include the recounts. So far, the recounts in Broward, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade counties have not turned up as many votes as the Gore team had hoped.
And we remind you to stay with KDKA TV and CBS News for the most comprehensive coverage of the ongoing battle for the White House.
And in other news tonight, a family of 14 is back at home recovering from carbon monoxide poisoning. This morning, the 4 adults and 10 children, ranging from age 2 months to 8 years, were treated at local hospitals after being overcome by carbon monoxide gas. It happened at this townhome on Omega Place in East Liberty. A gas company spokesperson says problems were found with both the furnace and the gas line inside that home. And that problem in East Liberty today could have turned into a real tragedy had that family not become aware of that situation early on.
The fact is, carbon monoxide poisoning happens a lot more than you might think. Ralph Iannotti is here to explain how to prevent it. Ralph.
Well, Ken, with the coldest weather of the season here, most of us take for granted that our stoves, furnaces, and heaters are working properly. But this is not the time of year to take chances. You saw what happened to that family in East Liberty. Well, police and other rescue personnel, unfortunately, know that scenario all too well. And they say carbon monoxide poisoning can be prevented with a simple device. Carbon monoxide detectors are inexpensive, and experts everywhere pretty much agree on one thing. These monitors save lives. These particular units sell from anywhere from $25 to $40 each.
Rescue 8, Levis. Yes, sir, that would be us.
At the Forest Hill Chalfont Rescue 8 station, Robert Chester is the paramedic supervisor. He's worked here for about 7 years. And yes, he says he's treated people for carbon monoxide poisoning. He recalls one scary incident recently involving a family on the Greensburg Pike.
We had a family that was overcome by carbon monoxide from a faulty hot water heater flue pipe. And we had symptoms ranging from mild headaches to confusion with this family, and ultimately we took the whole family in for treatment.
In western Pennsylvania, we did some checking, and there have been 192 cases of carbon monoxide poisoning this year alone, including 2 deaths.
The big push has been, in the last few years, smoke detectors. But carbon monoxide detectors, in my opinion, are essential for every home. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless, tasteless gas. When it's in the house, we typically don't know it until we start to have the common symptoms.
Sometimes, unfortunately, you don't know there's a problem until it's too late, until the house or garage is filled with carbon monoxide gas. Then the most important thing, get the patient to fresh air to get some oxygen flow as quickly as possible.
Carbon monoxide essentially suffocates you from the inside. It impairs the ability of the blood to deliver oxygen and the cells to use oxygen. We treat it with excess oxygen.
In the most severe incidents of carbon monoxide poisoning, a patient could suffer convulsions, heart failure, brain damage, and ultimately death. Now, we hear a lot about the carbon monoxide problems during the fall and winter because of the cold weather. We're in closed environments a lot more and for longer periods of time. Don't assume the heater or fireplace in your house or perhaps even the home of an elderly relative or neighbor is working the way it should be working. It's worth those few extra dollars, Ken, to have everything checked out professionally. And of course, those carbon monoxide monitors to give everybody an early warning signal, an early warning sign of those potentially lethal problems.
Sure, why not have one?
Absolutely.
All right, Ralph, thanks.
Well, did you have trouble with it? That is the first snowfall of the season. This is what some people in Millville had to fight to get to work this morning, the snow and the slick roads. And police from all over the area say there were lots of fender benders, but no major accidents. To keep conditions from becoming more serious, the city brought out the heavy artillery, that, of course, the salt trucks. Crews were out all morning long salting the roads, making sure that your ride was a safe one. And we saw the city could handle the first taste of winter, but what about the whole season?
Well, we're here and don't worry. The city and PennDOT, lots of our surrounding towns and boroughs say they're prepared for winter 2000. They're telling us they have enough salt in stock to battle whatever may come our way this season. In fact, with interstates the main priority, PennDOT says it has enough salt to go around the clock for the next 2 weeks, and it has deals in hand to get the rest of the state roads cleared as well.
We have over 100 agreements just in Allegheny County with municipalities. For them, we pay them to do the roads that are state roads that lead to the major state roads.
And it's good to hear PennDOT say they're ready because AccuWeather says, ready or not, here it comes.
That's right. Let's get right to Larry Richard with a look at the holiday weekend and more. Larry?
Well, the weekend for many will begin early, and the advice is if you can get out, if you have travel plans, get out a little earlier. Right now, Storm Tracker 2000 shows just some light snow passing the area. It could give us about an inch coating locally overnight with some bands of snow showers. But take a look at the snow warning. If you're traveling to the north, this is going to be the case for the next 3 to 4 days. Heavy snows along the lake. And a snow warning is in effect from the National Weather Service. 6 to 12 inches of snow through the afternoon tomorrow in Warren County. 4 to 8 inches of snow will accumulate through the day. But then on Wednesday, a little wind shift could bring some of that snow south just in time for the Thanksgiving holiday and your travel plans. We'll look at the national AccuWeather travel map coming up with our complete report in just a few minutes.
Okay, Lair, thanks. Well, you know, you may have waited in the long lines. Flu shots hard to come by this year.
But is there another way to protect yourself from influenza? There is a drug on the market that may help, but how effective is it? We bring you that story coming up.
Also ahead, some local college students may find themselves literally out in the cold, all because of this. We'll have the story.
What difference can I make?
The most anticipated video release of the year is finally here. Rolling Stone calls Gladiator a stunning, explosive, breathtaking epic, and Newsweek hails it spectacular. Gladiator, on video and DVD this Tuesday.
Travel provided by U.S. Airways, offering non-stop service from Pittsburgh to both Paris and Frankfurt. Fly U.S. Airways to Europe.
I toured with Crocus in '83. Yeah, I was there for every show. I love metal. At this one show, I was so excited I passed out. Hey, Joanne! Crocus.
Live from Gateway Center, this is KDKA TV News, the Hometown Advantage, with Patrice King Brown, Ken Rice, and Larry Richard with the AccuWeather forecast. Now, get the advantage.
A doctor charged in Ligonier's first murder case was released from prison this evening. Sheriff's deputies escorted Dr. Carl Long to the home of one of his relatives in Latrobe. He will remain on electronic monitoring until his trial. Police say Long suffocated his estranged wife, Elaine, last year. A judge granted him bond last week. His family posted bail, but Westmoreland County's district attorney says that they plan to go to the state Supreme Court to keep him in prison.
A local police officer came face to face with a man accused of shooting him several times. At a hearing today for the accused, Ben Johnson was ordered to stand trial on charges including attempted homicide. Clairton police officer John Dunlap testified that before the shooting ever happened, he'd arrested Johnson for threatening the mayor of Clairton. 5 of the bullets fired at Dunlap got lodged in the officer's bulletproof vest. 2 others struck his body, penetrating his leg and under his arm.
A 17-year-old boy is in Schumann Center tonight charged with burglarizing the home of Pittsburgh Housing Authority Chief Stanley Lowe. Police found the teenager hiding in a closet in Lowe's Manchester home with a cellular phone that belonged to Lowe. Lowe told police he knows the teenager. He said that the young suspect did some work for him.
10 Ohio State University students are suspended and facing expulsion tonight. They were among 34 people arrested for this: setting fires, vandalizing cars, a big disturbance in the streets of Columbus on Saturday night following the Buckeyes' loss to Michigan. The suspended students are being allowed to finish classes this quarter. It is a job even too big for the Allegheny County Health Department.
And that is vaccinating against the flu. We'll tell you why next. Plus, Larry's coming back with more on the winter-like AccuWeather forecast.
And when you wake up tomorrow morning, Bruce Pompiani and Susan Barnett get your day started with overnight news, the latest from AccuWeather, and traffic updates. It all begins at 5 a.m.
Experience Dodge Intrepid with its smooth line.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, get 0 APR financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Intrepid, which can save you over $5,000. Or get a $3,000 cash allowance on Intrepid. See your Dodge dealer immediately for these substantial savings offers on Dodge Intrepid. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
It takes a giant to make
Mom
things
is really going to be surprised.
It takes a giant to make you smile. It's a feeling you get when you step inside that makes it all worthwhile. It's all those things that feel so right. It's everything that we do. It takes a giant to make life simple. Giant Eagle.
It's GMC's year-end advantage. Time to take advantage of professional-grade engineering. Like Frank Taverna's full-length steel frame that isolates road vibration to give Jimmy a capable, comfortable ride. But perhaps the biggest year-end advantage are the numbers on Jimmy, engineered by this guy. With the year-end bonus, you can lease a 2001 Jimmy SLE for as low as $299 a month with $13.09 due at lease signing. Residency restrictions apply. Call for lease details. Hurry, lease ends November 30th.
The Allegheny County Health Department says it's doing all it can, but it can't keep up with demand for flu shots. This weekend, thousands of people lined up at supermarkets here to get a shot at getting a shot, but many were turned away. They ran out of the vaccines. They've ordered more, but we're told they probably won't arrive until the middle of December. And the shortage of the flu vaccine is making a lot of people anxious about getting their immunization.
That's right. There is a drug that claims to shorten the duration, maybe even keep you from getting the illness, but does it work? Jessica Borg went in search of some answers.
We're less than a month away from peak flu season, and people are wasting no time getting their flu shots wherever they're available.
Just keep your arm relaxed.
And now the FDA says there's another way of protecting yourself against the virus, the year-old prescription flu medication, Tamiflu. Tamiflu is normally used to shorten flu symptoms. Doctors say it can knock off about a day or two of misery if taken shortly after symptoms start. 2 pills a day for 5 days stop the symptoms, But experts warn the antiviral medication is still not a substitute for the flu vaccine.
It's not a substitute for the vaccine at all. It's just something that if you do get the flu, can lessen the duration of the flu and the symptoms that you get with it.
In fact, Tamiflu is not effective if taken after 2 days of showing flu symptoms. But doctors agree it is a good supplement. It protects against different strains of the flu that the vaccine may not. Their advice, get vaccinated and use the medication as a backup. Well, again, this drug must be prescribed. For a box of 10 tablets, it can cost you $70 to $80. Some insurance companies do pay for it, though some don't. Another drug recommended, though, is Relenza.
But they also say that it's a very narrow window. How long's the window?
48-hour window, but it's another option that's effective.
Okay, makes a difference. Thanks, Jessica.
From the Highway Hall of Shame to the most improved in the nation, the Post-Gazette will report tomorrow. That's how a trucker's magazine ranks Pennsylvania's roads. Plus, a check for $20,722 could have your name on it. The IRS looking to give out returned refunds. And now there's a clear way to correct imperfections in adult teeth. Read more in tomorrow's Post-Gazette. Well, they are a sweet treat guaranteed to warm your heart.
And they're also guaranteed to bring some good news to families in need. Caramel apples are on sale in the lobby of the Dominion Tower. That is the new name for CNG Tower. The money raised goes to the Dollar Energy Fund, which helps low-income families pay their utility bills. Dominion People's Gas is sponsoring the event. You still have a chance to make sure you get your apple tomorrow.
And parishioners at St. Mary's Church in McKeesport had a celebration of generosity tonight. Some members there took part in a program to make baby dolls and doll clothing for kids who have to spend the holiday season in the hospital.
And if you have good news you'd like to share, here's the number to call, 412-803-HOME.
Well, you heard Larry a few minutes ago. AccuWeather calling for snow here, maybe a white Thanksgiving. While we wait, just a few hours north of here, they're living it. You know, this time of year, it's almost too easy to make fun of Buffalo, New York. So in light of our own forecast, we present this video tonight with a sense of solidarity. Buffalo collected 8 inches of snow on Saturday, another 6 yesterday, and there was more snow today. Thousands of kids on their way home were stranded in school buses for hours. Some are sleeping in their schools tonight. In fact, a driving ban for the entire city of Buffalo goes into effect at midnight.
And it's just November, and we'll see how they're feeling in end of January. But we're not looking at anything like that, are we, Larry?
Well, let's see.
No, we are not, thank goodness. At one point today, 4 inches of snow fell in 1 hour near Buffalo. And in some places, 2.5 feet of snow are already on the ground there. But from Buffalo all the way down I-90 through Erie and into Cleveland, there is more snow on the way. Our live sky cam, a holiday scene with a little dusting on the ground locally in some spots. Storm Tracker 2000 is where we begin the AccuWeather forecast. Let's take a look at the light snow that's passed through. You could see some bands of snow. Put a little dusting in some areas, but overnight we are anticipating about 1 inch of snow to accumulate in and around the city. A little more in the outlying areas. Storm team at AccuWeather says, though, north there is going to be a lot more snow. There are warnings in effect for lake effect snow through Tuesday afternoon from Cleveland, basically through Erie on up toward the Buffalo area. How much snow? 6 to 12 inches through the afternoon. 4 to 8 in the Warren area. Locally, again, about 1 inch. 1 to 3 in the Laurel Highlands, where some of our friends are up there making snow for you, the skiers, and getting ready for the new season. For the morning rush hour, again, there could be some slick spots in a few areas. Temperatures will fall to the 20s and basically stay there through and into Thanksgiving. And with the wind chills at times, it will seem like below 0, but mostly in the teens and single digits, and we will have some snow showers tomorrow. 27 and light snow at Pittsburgh International, 65% of relative humidity, winds out of the west-southwest at 10 miles an hour, giving us a wind chill this hour of 15 degrees. Barometer is holding steady. 35 was our high today, 26 the low so far, and still less than an hour to go. 30 in the city, 27 in Greensburg, 24 in Clarion, south in Morgantown. You're at 31 degrees. Doesn't look that menacing on satellite, but again, it's the cold air coming across the lake. Now you see the white. That is actually the snow that's being picked up by snow, ice, and rain radar coming across the lakes, heaviest right along the lakeshore just inland, as you would anticipate. We just talked about Buffalo. It's not going to be quite that menacing in Erie and Cleveland, but again, in the next 24 hours, we get another shot of cold air that'll line up. And then by 36 to 48 hours, we're looking at snow showers Wednesday night In some cases, if the wind shifts just right, as Storm Team and AccuWeather anticipates, we could see some accumulating snows here in Pittsburgh and in your travels certainly north and to the New England area. And the folks going out west, you're going to be in pretty good shape. But again, if you're driving locally, even into Thursday, you can anticipate running into some snow squalls all around the mid-Atlantic and the New England region. So to recap tonight's AccuWeather forecast, obviously cold, some snow showers about an inch, coating to an inch in and around the city, a little more, especially east and in the mountains. 22 the low, windy and cold tomorrow with a few snow showers, the high 28. Not anticipating big accumulations here, but we could see accumulations Wednesday night into Thanksgiving. It will stay cold through most of Thanksgiving Day. Wake up temperature 18. You can leave your turkey outside. 36 with some sunshine Friday and a bit milder into Saturday, maybe a snow flurry or a sprinkle. I say you could leave your turkey outside prior to cooking because it'll stay frozen.
Right. Oh
and that's a convenient thing because a lot of times the turkey takes up a lot of fridge space.
It's too big to get in the fridge.
Which can be precious this time of year.
It's a little tip.
But I would keep it covered.
Yes, and raccoons.
Away from animals,
yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Larry. Well, you may be one of 39 million Americans traveling this Thanksgiving holiday, and if so, you are probably paying a little more to get to your destination. You can blame higher gas prices. AAA says gas is up 25 cents a gallon over last year. Also, airfares are up about 13%. Pennsylvania police are trying to keep highways safer this holiday weekend. Today, officers kicked off a zero-tolerance policy. Now, that means they are looking for drunk drivers and for people who are not wearing seatbelts.
Did you see it? A 6-foot-tall turkey running around on the streets of Pittsburgh today.
The gobbling details are still ahead.
AccuWeather, the world's weather leader, is the authority trusted to help make decisions that impact our daily lives. When it comes time to plan for the important moments in your world, count on AccuWeather and Storm Tracker 2000. Simply the most accurate.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Chrysler Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now you can save over $2,300 when you buy a new 2001 Town & Country LX with 4.9% financing. Or choose up to $3,000 cash allowance when you buy a new 2000 Chrysler minivan. So take advantage of the Chrysler Holiday Sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself.
I hate this cold, dry weather. Makes my scalp itch worse.
That's scalp stress itch.
When I blow dry, my scalp itch gets intense.
That's scalp stress itch.
Days like this, what an itch.
That's scalp stress itch. And this is what stops it. Scalpicin. Clean, unscented, medicated to stop scalp stress itch.
Fast.
Scalpicin stops scalp stress itch.
Some people are always thinking. Obsessed with finding better answers and solutions. For them, there's Office.com, the internet workplace with the tools and resources business people need most. Office.com, the new way to work. A service from WinStar.
Health America Health Assurance recommends patients to Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh and many other world-class hospitals. If you're about to choose a health plan, that's something you should know. A higher percentage of Health America members get regular breast and cervical cancer screenings than any other health plan. If you're about to choose a health plan, that's something you should know.
Let's hear it for the deal maker. She knows the players, she knows the market, and she knows a great buy when she sees one. Chevy Malibu, the only car with a standard V6, automatic, air conditioning, ABS, all for around $17,600. A car with the right stuff at the right price. Malibu.
Now lease a 2001 Malibu for as low as $229 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for important lease details.
Now, here's John Steigerwald with the Hometown Sports Advantage.
Well, after what happened last night, you shouldn't be too surprised to hear that one of the Steelers' wide receivers was fired a little while ago. It might surprise you, though, to hear that a guy who didn't have a ball thrown to him last night was the one to go. That would be Malcolm Johnson,
who's 6'5", was supposed to be a great compliment to Plexico Burris this season. He's the guy who was waived. Will Blackwell, who's been out since May with a knee injury, was activated. They had to make that decision because of NFL rules. So here's what the class of '99 looks like. And you can see some starters, Porter, Smith, and Brown. But look at the guys on the bench. There's a number 1 and a number 2 and a number 3 and a number 4 pick there. And also some of those guys released, also draft picks. So they still have some way to go there to make up a good class. There's enough blame to go around for everybody on the Steelers after what happened last night, too. But it may be a little bit of a stretch to put a lot of it on Cordell Stewart. Some people are putting the blame on Cordell Stewart. But there was a lot of this going on last night. Drop. And drop. That should have probably been a fumble, but the Steelers got away with that one. And then drop. There were 6 drops last night. So Stewart ends up with the 6 drops, 13 for 27 for 188 yards. But if you add the 6, give him 6 catches. I know that might be a little bit of a stretch, but give him 6 catches. He has 19 of 27 for 270 yards. Meanwhile, it's looking like those drops are getting contagious.
A lot of things are getting contagious, man. You know, miscues on some throws, some drops, you know, guys coming up the middle. I mean, just the whole entire team. You can't blame it on Hines. Hines worked his butt off today. I mean, the guy got hurt all day, and, you know, he was coming in making blocks, you know, making catches, he scored a touchdown. You know, things like that happen. And, you know, I'll go to him again in the same situation.
Well, the fact that their next opponent's, the Steelers' next opponent's starting quarterback is doubtful may or may not be good news. The good news is that the Bengals starter probably won't start because of a knee injury. The bad news is that starter would have been Scott Mitchell. Achilles Smith will get his old job back now. That looks like real good news, though, when you look at what Achilles has done in his last 6 starts. He's thrown for over 100 yards once. Last touchdown pass was a long time ago. And John Turman didn't last too long as Pitt's undisputed starting quarterback. He may or may not start Friday against West Virginia. Walt Harris pulled him in the second quarter Saturday against Temple. David Priestley played the rest of the game. Harris wouldn't name his starter at his press conference today. Meanwhile, Antonio Bryant is one of 3 finalists for the Bolitnikoff Award. That goes to the best receiver in the NCAA. He's leading the NCAA in yards per game right now with 128.2. The other 2 finalists are Freddie Mitchell of UCLA and Marvin Minnis of Florida State. This is Pitt basketball tonight. And that right there was Chad Johnson's 3-pointer. They're playing against the always dangerous Morris Brown. This is Ricardo Greer with a miss. And then Isaac Hawkins puts it back. He had 14 points, 11 rebounds. And here's Ricky Greer with a make. And Pitt beats the always dangerous Morris Brown 74-53. Nice of one of Patrice's relatives to come into town, play a little basketball. And then there's Robert Morris, 86-71. Appalachian State beats Robert Morris. That's Danny Nee's first game as head coach at Robert Morris. Time now for Dick's Sporting Goods Around the World Sports Tour trivia question. Who was the last rookie to lead the NFL in touchdown receptions? Answer this question correctly on dsports.com/KDK to receive a prize and be registered to win this month's grand prize, a trip for 2 to Super Bowl 35 in Tampa, Florida.
Robert Morris, any relation to Morris Brown?
No, but they both played tonight. They missed a good opportunity to have Robert Morris against Morris Brown.
That would have been interesting.
Or Morris against Brown Robert. Either one would have been both as interesting as Morris Brown against Pitt.
All right, we got to run.
Okay, sorry.
See you. Thanks. We're not going to leave you tonight without a little turkey talk.
No, we sure aren't. That's exactly what this man was doing all afternoon. You'll find out why after this.
I like to leave my problems at home when I drive. But if I can't leave them at home, I tell them they can come along. But only if they shut up and enjoy the ride.
At Bob Evans, we make it easy for families to be families.
Hey, Rocket Man, pass the salt.
With dinner favorites like our turkey and dressing or wildfire chicken dinner.
I can name the planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth.
Wholesome meals that bring the whole family together.
Saturn. You miss Jupiter? Oh, yeah. Hey, Chelsea, the space goggles.
Life tastes better at Bob Evans.
Come on. That's it. Keep moving. Morning, Rob. How are you? Come on. Come on, fellas. Let's go. Let's keep going. Okay? You too. Take care. Come on. Hey, Eddie. Hey. Small shipment today, eh, Rob?
Yeah, bigger one's coming tomorrow.
Now, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. We hope you're a winner. And be sure to watch the live drawing of the Pennsylvania Lottery after KDKA TV News at 6.
Here's a Dick's Sporting Goods Around the World Sports Tour update.
I won the ultimate ski trip to Vail. I went to the NCAA Final Four. I went to the NHL All-Star Game.
And he went to the Super Bowl. Hey, if you love sports, watch the trivia question on the Hometown Sports Advantage at 6 and 11 p.m. Then answer correctly on dsports.com/KDKA or register at any Dick's Sporting Goods store. KDKA and Dick's taking you around the world for the best in sports.
I tried dozens of lotions for my dry, itchy, and sensitive skin, but they all fell short. Then I discovered new Sensitive Skin Gold Bond Lotion.
Gold Bond Lotion is known to relieve dry, itchy skin. And now there's a Gold Bond Lotion for sensitive skin. Triple Action Gold Bond moisturizes, relieves itch, and prevents irritation with dimethicone plus aloe, vitamin E, and oatmeal in a fragrance-free formula.
Gold Bond really works.
New fragrance-free sensitive skin Gold Bond Lotion.
Gold Bond relief as sensitive as you.
Lunchtime.
Ultra-responsive handling. A turbocharged engine. And 4-channel anti-lock brakes for your lunch break. The new S40 from Volvo.
Finally tonight, we all respond to the stress of the holidays in different ways.
Comedian Randy Easterbrook headed downtown today dressed as a turkey, but he had a good reason to drum up support for the fund. After ruffling a few feathers at an athletic club, he headed outside, find a few more takers, and if you missed Randy today and you'd like to help, send your check to KD Turkeys, Post Office Box Thanks, Pittsburgh 15230, or call in your donation with a credit card, 1-877-984-6600.
If you still see him walking around there tonight, he's not dangerous.
No, give him money.
Someplace to sleep. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Late Show with Letterman's next.
Take America's favorite full-size pickup, then take up to $1,500 cash back, or take as low as 1.9% APR. And where does that leave you? With not nearly enough time. It's truck season at your neighborhood Ford dealer, and you can find exceptional offers on every new Ford truck, including Super Duty. Choose between up to $1,500 cash back or APR financing as low as 1.9% on a new F-150. It's your choice. Just see your neighborhood Ford dealer before November 30th, because you can take your choice of these great deals. You just can't take your time.
Honey, put the game down now. Come on, let's go.
It's hard to tear yourself away from Circuit City's new entertainment zone. It's got an expanded selection of the hottest new digital technology, like lots of digital and 35mm cameras you can try out, a cool interactive video game department, the latest PC software and upgrades, plus exciting MP3 products and more.
Honey, don't make me come back there.
I gotta go. Come see the all-new entertainment zone at Circuit City.
Dining selection, the new sofa gallery, and fantastic value. It's all at the new Room Concepts. The Tri-State's largest dining superstore offers 50 years of experience. Formal dining sets, counter stools, casual sets, all at 25 to 50% off. Custom order just the right dining or living room furniture for your home. Our staff knows how to help. Room Concepts creates beautiful rooms and saves you money. Visit a Room Concepts today, 51 South in Whitehall and 19 North in Warrendale. What a concept.
Looking to save more and spend less this holiday season? With the Jeep Holiday Sale, you can do just that. Because now, when you buy a 2001 Grand Cherokee with 4.9% financing, you can save up to $29.39 in finance charges. Or returning Daimler Chrysler lessees with preferred credit can lease one for just $369 a month. So take advantage of the Jeep holiday sale today for savings that let you spend more on a real holiday priority, yourself. Check out the holiday sale at your Jeep dealer today.
Samuel L. Jackson and the Animals are back. Next, Rosie.
Faith Hill in her first network special ever. Faith, Thanksgiving night on CBS.